Welcome back to another episode of the Manga Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, King Ak, and here we have our co-host,
Shimon J. You can follow me on Instagram at shimon.j.
our guest host,
Isis Ennis. You can follow me at vr.goddess.isis.
and our last guest host.
Omilari Mason. You can follow me at Red the Prospect.
I'll take it. Let's get right to it.
Another movie that came out that the streets was talking about, the anime streets, One Piece.
One Piece, yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
What was the best moments that you can, it's like off top, what was the best moment in the film for you?
Before you guys get mad at me for spoiling, you guys remember the One Piece movies are barely canon. They're just like cool to look at, but they're not really real, which kind of hurts my feelings. I like them so much, but they're kind of like...
It's less important than canon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, canon is like, if it happened, it happened. Like this is a part of the story.
Oh, and not canon.
Non-canon.
Oh, okay.
It's like the best version of filler.
Oh, I'm mixing it with filler. So
Yeah.
filler does not have to do with the plot. Canon does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so this was canon.
This was not. This was.
This
filler.
was filler.
Yeah.
Is Film Z canon or filler then?
That's the question, right? Is it canon or filler? Honestly, I don't even know at this point because it's like they go back and forth. They go like filler, canon. So I don't know if it's gonna be canon or not.
Y'all better
because we
than
haven't
me.
seen what's coming after this. So what? Depending on how it follows up, then we'll know if it's canon or not. But I can't tell you until the next few episodes come out. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what just happened, and I can see it. But until then, I can't know.
Y'all better than me. I'm not spending 3 hours on a filler. That's
what I'm
not
saying.
happening.
I'm like, okay,
This
so
needs
y'all
to
went
connect.
to see filler? Like, y'all went to go watch filler? Like, okay.
Right.
You don't get it. I'm not mad at you for not getting it. I gotta tell you, you don't get it. I gotta let you know.
Yeah.
Don't doubt it yet. But look. Luffy has a childhood friend that we're introduced to. Her name is Yuta, and she loves to sing. Luffy ate a fruit that he can make his body into rubber so he can stretch. Her fruit is singing. So her singing, like, you can hear Aretha Franklin singing, and you can feel it like right here in your heart, like it touches you. It's very emotional. Her singing takes over like your whole body. So you hear her singing, and you just fall asleep immediately.
Oh, wow.
But you continue to hear her singing in your subconscious. So you don't even remember falling asleep. You're singing, like you hear her, you hear the music.
So it's like a hypnosis?
Yeah, like hypnosis. Yeah, like a siren.
The Mer people.
Like a siren song, yes.
That's like the Mer people from Black Panther, too.
Yes, it's a siren song.
Yeah.
You hear it, and you don't even realize you fell asleep. And in your mind, she's there, and everybody else is around you is also there because you all heard it at the same time. So you guys are all in another world, basically, like all in the same dream, listening to her music. That's how much it moves her. Right? That's the power of the fruit that she ate. And so the movie follows her and her path into adulthood, and how basically her power has changed her as a person. When she's a little kid, she's like, oh, I love singing so much. It's so much fun. And regular kid stuff, right? Being a normal kid. But, of course, this is One Piece. There's evil around the corner and everything. There's too much of a good thing, too much of a bad thing. Her singing, what it does is that if she sings a certain song with that, like with her ability, because she can't turn it on or off. When she eat the fruit, it's on permanently. So when she sings a certain song, it basically spawns in this demon, and the demon connects the world between where people go when they pass out and hear her music and the real world. So until she stops singing and falls asleep, you're going to be in that world. So say she's singing for a long time, she passes out, everyone that heard her music is going to wake up when she wakes up. But she'll be singing and she'll be awake in two worlds at once, which is a lot for a child to have to go through. So imagine you're singing a song, and on one like your left side of the brain is looking at people that are asleep, and the right side is looking at people that are in the dream world listening to you sing still. That's what it's like. So as a kid, you're tired, you get tired easily, you fall asleep, people wake up. But
She sounds like a villain.
She is.
Okay.
She didn't even realize she's we don't know.
Yeah.
So when they get there, when Luffy and his crew get there, things, oh, it's a great party. She's this worldwide phenomenon. It's like going to like Taylor Swift. like in her prime, like everybody's there kicking it, having fun. Whole time they're asleep. And they realize everybody that went to the concert is asleep.
That sounds like an anime trope too now.
What?
Like, we think that, like, a dream world type of, like,
That
Yeah.
is. That's
you
a
know what I'm
really
saying?
big-
Yeah.
Funny enough, that's a really big like part in anime. Like even in Naruto, Genjutsu, you know, being transported into a realm
It's
that you
basically
don't,
like that.
you can't
Yeah.
control, stuff like that. I wonder if that has something to do with Japanese spirituality.
Maybe. Because I remember it from Demon Slayer, the one with the Mugen train. Yeah, that demon was
Yeah.
trying to kill them in their sleep.
demon.
Yeah. So that might be, I wouldn't be surprised.
It
That's
probably
something,
is because what she's talking about with Naruto, this guy he has this idea where he wants to make a perfect world. Ironic. Oh wow, that's what she was saying.
See?
That's what. Yeah, she's on something. Because in the One Piece movie, she was saying that pirates are evil. Our guy Luffy, he's a pirate, so him too. But pirates are evil, and the man that started this era where everybody wanted to be a pirate, he's dead now. So now it's my turn. I'm gonna make a new era, make a new world where there's no more violence and everybody just has fun.
This is Luffy.
No, this is the girl. It's Yuta. Her name is
Yeah.
Yuta. She wants to make a world where there's no pain and suffering, just happiness forever. But to do this, she has to have everybody in the world hear her sing. And she wants to do that. But in Naruto, this guy's like, you know what? I want a world without pain and suffering and war. So his ability, he puts something on the moon, and anybody that's underneath the moon's light gets put into that world. So it's the same concept, really. Both realms, they fall asleep, and they're in the other world. They don't even know if they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Like the train guy, he was more malicious than they were.
Yeah.
He was trying to kill them in their sleep. But
No,
it's the same.
his only intent was to
was
kill them.
But sleep is the common denominator here.
Yes.
So you're right. It's a very common trope. But yeah, no, I mean the movie. I mean, really, beyond that point, I'll just say go see the movie yourself because it's just so like visually appealing. Because it's like the big problem people used to have was that One Piece looked ugly. Like the characters.
That's my thing. I don't like ugly shows. I really don't. That's why I like Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say it's up there with Demon Slayer right now. Visually.
I was about to say, you mean One Piece as a whole or just this movie?
No, as a whole.
Okay.
As a whole, because it's new animators. It just looks clean.
So is this like one of those movies where you do or you don't need to know like about the series to enjoy it?
You
Okay.
don't.
So this can be like your intro to the series if you wanted it to. Okay.
Honestly, I feel like with One Piece, it's a lot of that just in general. I never felt like I had to like look at the story just because One Piece is such a long story, and I think the main point is about adventure. Like I think that's one of the big things about One Piece. So I always feel like you can always just start the adventure at different points, and especially like for like a movie like this, it gets wrapped up like at the end of the movie. So it's like you can just see that part of the adventure, and it just fills out part of the world, the One Piece world.
Yeah. I think that like some of the issues, I don't know if everybody that watches anime, at least the beginners, see it as me, but maybe I expected, like there's a level of seriousness that I'm expecting. Like I wanted to get to the point, or like, what is the problem in the show? And so if I'm watching this show or a single episode or several episodes and I'm not seeing what the big bad is yet that they need to fight against, then I'm like, what's the point? You know, like we said in a couple episodes ago, that's what really draws people into Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan. It's like we almost know instantaneously in the first episode what the issue is. And yeah, it evolves. Like we may meet another villain or another issue, but we know that the big issue is this. And so that will always bring you back. But like you said, I guess like reworking your mindset about it. Like this is an adventure show. Like relax. You don't have to get to the point so quickly. We'll get there.
To add on to that, Shimon, I think I'm like that a lot too. I like for my shows to have meaning. Like I want to watch something that is going to make me think, like think about what's going on, think about all the scenes that I've seen beforehand and what's going to happen in the future. I don't know, but I think that maybe we could split like these anime groups into two different groups. The people who enjoy like that serious, that character development, all of those features, and then the people who just kind of like want to enjoy a series without having to think that hard about what's going to happen in the future.
I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I think there definitely are like two opposite sides to the anime watcher, like what they want to see and what they're willing to see. People want to see action but willing to see slower shows. People want to see slower shows but willing to see action. I think it's definitely you definitely are on the action side.
Yes.
Both of you guys definitely. But to Laurie's point earlier, One Piece is like a gateway, right? So like this movie is a gate into the One Piece world. So people look at the episode count, like, oh, this is way too much. I'm just gonna go watch Demon Slayer. It's only 2 seasons long. They got one movie. I heard it's good. I don't need to sit here and suffer for 1,000 episodes. I might even like it, right? But this movie is a gateway, so now you can enter the world because it's inclusive. It's not like it leads on like, oh, what's gonna happen next? We know what's gonna happen next. They're telling you what's gonna happen next. So they give you a problem and they solve the problem all in one movie. So that's I think it's really good actually.
In the introduction.
In the introduction, this is something that's really. This is a really good way for you to bring somebody else in.
I think the introduction is key because if you've never seen the show, like everybody knows Luffy, right? But maybe how the fruits work and how the powers work, maybe something that a new person would want like more explanation on when they go to see the movie. So
And that's all there. That's
yeah,
what I'm
no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that that's how we know that this is an intro movie is that they're pulling people in.
Yeah, and you know they really wanted this too because I was in France in August, and they had
Me too.
we were in France in August, and they had posters for the movie for Film Red in the subways. Like they were not playing around. They know that people are gonna look at them like, oh, what's this strange fellow with the hat on? What's he doing? He goes to the movie and like, oh, this is great. This is crazy because it's one thing to like you look for something, you find it, and there's nothing else. You're like, oh, I have to wait. There is something else.
Yeah.
There are 20 other years of something else. There is something for you. I promise you. Every character that was in the movie has their own like 20 episode arc that you can go and watch. All of them. Law, Katakuri, Big Mom, Oven, all these guys. Beppo, bro, come on. Everybody that's in the movie, you can go back.
To interject into this, do you think that One Piece kind of has to make like a gateway for people to come and watch the show because it's so long? Like, do you feel like long animes have to keep people engaged by doing things like this, by making movies like this?
I think it's because of where it is. I think a length is part of it. But you look at other long shows like Dragon Ball. Dragon Balls are like almost 700 episodes, right? Like if you add it all up, and it's all one story. There's one that's moving in one line, but they don't need to make entry level movies because they know how deeply rooted they are in the beginning. Because you might not know what's going on in Dragon Ball, but your uncle or older brother or your dad, he knows what's going on in Dragon Ball. And if you don't want to see it, he'll go see the movie still, with or without you, because that's how deeply rooted Dragon Ball is. But One Piece, they were like a hidden trick, like a back pocket type thing. Like it's gained popularity. It's definitely getting bigger over the years, and it's almost like a new generation show, like Demon Slayer. It's almost like one of those shows.
That's what I was gonna compare it to.
Yeah,
Is that like the Demon Slayer movie, The Mugen Train, that actually was in films? That wasn't an intro. I wouldn't say that's an intro movie.
No, it's not.
They don't explain the characters that much. They don't introduce them.
It's like 5 episodes kind of brought together. It's not like an intro movie. It's just.
But that's because it's the opposite of what you were saying that One Piece has, which is like, I think it's a little bit more popular than One Piece. So it's like, oh, if you're here, you watch the show.
And that was like one of my questions. Like, how do these animes that have all these episodes keep people engaged? Like, how do they keep people to keep tuning into to watch what's going to happen next? Like,
It's quality.
Yeah.
Because that's a good point. Because they're like, why would people stick here for so long? There's just so much like to deal with and keep up with.
Right.
It's quality.
Yeah.
The idea is that the show is so good that when you are shown it and you like it, you stay. And if it's not for you, then you leave.
Now I want to watch the movie.
That's really what it is. That's like that's the attraction. Because you're right. Like, why would someone stay for all this time if it's not even that good? It is that good. If it wasn't that good, it wouldn't work. That model wouldn't work for anything if it didn't have the pure value in and of itself. It would just be ignored. Like, well, that's a bust.
okay, so then do you think that length and popularity amongst anime are like directly linked to one another? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, because a show will get canceled and they'll submit the next manga volume, and they're like, yeah, no, we're not running this. We're not running this, and then that'll be the end of that show.
No, I think that as somebody that had to struggle through the first episode of One Piece, hearing about this movie makes me want to watch the movie, and it makes me want to, after watching the movie, go back, because now I'm like more familiar with these characters, so now I can like push through.
And you know, I'm so happy that you just said that because guys, that's really what this is. Really, it's crazy. I just came from watching the movie to this. That's why I got the shirt on and everything. That's crazy. That really is how it works because they tie into the very first episode. The first episode, Laurie.
It's meant to be
1998. It's 2022. They tied into the very first episode.
Interesting.
That's and I was like, I sat up in my seat. I'm like, yo, that's that guy. That's him. That's him. Because they really put it back to the very beginning and then brought us all the way back through. It was crazy. It was like a reboot.
Oh wow.
Because the creator Ichiro Oda, he knows the show. He knows it's so much long. He's self-aware. He's like, look, you can start One Piece right now. The real one. Matter of fact, he said this. He said the real One Piece starts now.
Right.
What y'all saw.
Oh, we was
real.
talking about that.
It happened, right? It is in the plot. But I know that people are just not coming in with this new wave of anime. People coming in from Attack on Titan,
and that's what we was talking about.
Like that.
Yep.
So now he set that up. Now he's like, it was going slow before. Now it's like watching One Piece feels like watching Demon Slayer, because now it's like it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
They need to hire you as the marketing team for this movie, because now right after this I might get my ticket.
You might.
Yeah.
You might as well. You might as well.
Look.
You might,
because I think that, and we talked about this in a few other episodes, how anime is really making its mark in the film industry, in the theaters, and people who are not watching anime, who thought they were so cool, they don't have to watch anime, are going to, because they want to be a part of the conversation, and like it's being more ingrained in our culture as the days, months, weeks go by. Like, so I think that this is gonna definitely be one of those movies that's gonna draw you in closer if you were further away.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it came out around the same time Black Panther did. So the black youth that are watching,
we just out here now.
Are going.
Y'all just going to the theaters.
Not like I came out there. It was like 6, like the whole line and the concession stand was all black. It was like groups.
I saw a lot of Hispanic people too at Black Panther.
Yeah, for Black Panther.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what it is. Because what. And I know we talked about Black Panther on the last episode, but to tie it all in, it's like you got Black Panther with the diversity grab, right? With a good movie, with a generally good movie, and then you got anime making all these moves. Like, you know what, guys, we're turning out films. That's what this is. Dragon Ball superhero. You got a Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, right? You got the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. You got One Piece. Yeah, this is probably the most I've ever heard of anime movies coming out at the same time in like 10 years. Because the last thing we really had was Dragon Ball movie. Dragon Ball drops a movie like every 15 years.
When did the Mugen Train come out?
Mugen Train?
Yeah.
Rengoku had his tragic demise. Like,
right? Definitely cried in the theater.
A year and a half ago? Maybe a year.
2020. So this is all within like a...
Yeah, this is a
less than 5 year span.
Really not even 5, like 3.
3, yeah.
3 years. Hit after hit after hit.
Big movies, yeah.
I think that has something to do with the pandemic too.
I do.
And people just like, they know that people want to be outside and do something, so they're gonna give you something to do. They're gonna tell you go to the theaters and watch all these movies that we drop in. Like,
with your mask on, risking it all. Go see the Mugen Train, Demon Slayer movie.
In 4K Ultra HD, I will see Rengoku fight every time.
Look.
I'm paying to see that again. If they give me opportunity to wipe my memory and watch the movie a second time, I would do it. That's how good it was. That's the same way I feel about the One Piece movie.
Oh, wow.
That's just how it is. I mean, it's so like I watched it with my girlfriend. She doesn't like One Piece at all, right? She hates the old animation. she strongly disliked it.
Mm-hmm.
She was bobbing her head to the songs, and she was liking how she was like all the fights. She remember people's names. Like, I love Shanks.
Yeah.
It's Shanks, but hey,
Because that's what most
I'll
people
take it.
didn't like. The animation was just janky. The first episode, I was like, what
look,
is this?
It was
It's
1998. It was 1998. It was they didn't have the Dragon Ball animation team on there. All right,
Sure.
It was Ichiro in his basement and like 10 other guys drawing panels all day. They were tired.
Yeah.
They were sloppy, but I'll take it. They still turned out with something.
Yeah.
And he knows his show is long. He's like, you know what? Forget it. If you watch the last part, cool. If you didn't, it's all right.
Yeah.
This is an open door. We have much more to give. It won't even matter. And now this is the first movie he's released since then. And it's very, very, very beginner friendly.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about it, you can go in there. They explain powers. They explain the main character's powers. They explain all the main players in the movie have an explanation. It's not just like you're not just thrown into a whirlwind that you don't know how to navigate. It's very, very, very user friendly.
No, yeah, I'm happy to hear the movie is not like the show.
To your point, I know you're talking about how the movie is kind of like beginner friendly, but I know like one of the main things about One Piece is the mystery of it. Like, what is the One Piece? So do you think that it kind of talks about that type of mystery and brings up that mystery in the movie?
I think the movie is more focused on world building because we know for a fact, we know now that Roger was very, very strong. Like we knew he was somebody. We didn't know how strong he was, so we had that episode where he fought Whitebeard. We know that Roger is strong, and we know that Shanks is like the line goes down. So it's Roger, Shanks, Luffy, right? But we don't really go into what the One Piece is. We go into more world building because we don't think about like spiritual things in One Piece, not to that extent. But now there's a musical devil, like they're building into what we already think about and giving us more answers. But they're not going to the realm of the One Piece. They just know that they're telling us that it is still real, but they're not telling us what it is. That is still being held on to. But I will say to the mystery, if you look back some of the earlier movies when we got Gear Second was shown in the movie, and then it got shown when he fought what's Buddy's name? Blue No. When he fought Blue No, you see Gear Second in the show. There's a big one right here. When he's fighting Yuta, he goes into Gear 5. You see it. The eyes turn, the eyes change, the hair change, everything. He gets the eyebrow with the loops at the end, and he just deactivates it after. But him and Shanks are fighting side by side. So we see what we wanted to see. People thought Shanks was like immobile. We always sees him smiling, and then the episode ends. And now we actually see Shanks throwing the sword. We see Yasopp and Usopp interact. All kinds of stuff we never saw before. They're like, it's like they're satisfying what we've been missing. And like, okay, now you guys are good. Now let's move on. That's all I think. I think it's like the last turn before a straight line. So now we're on the straight. The movie was the last turn, and now it's a long, unwinding road to get to where we're going to go to next. But it's more so like it's like the last answers. That's the last questions have been answered, and now they're ready to go. Now they're ready to just take off. So now we're gonna know the One Piece is next. That's what I'm assuming. Because now we got Gear 5. I thought Gear 5 was fake, bro.
I'm saying.
I thought it didn't exist, and I see it happen. I'm like, yo, wait, what is going on here? But yeah, no.
And I feel like the design for it is just
It's
amazing.
It's ridiculous. It looks so good.
Putting it in like how it looks like Joy Boy and yeah.
Y'all need to know about that. See, y'all
you don't even know about it.
Right.
I gotta see the movie. It all makes sense.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna see the movie now for sure.
Yeah, Ak, you did a great job with that one. Got it.
Man.
Look, PR.
Hire up marketing team for this movie. He needs his money.
They need. Look, we need the money.
Yeah.
I like this conversation. But look, you tuned in, and I appreciate that. You came and listen to us talk about this glorious movie. But don't forget, do not forget. Don't forget. Come on, you got it.
That workout was funny. Like,
Share.
Subscribe.
No.
No. Oh, okay. Comments.
There you go.
Okay.
Subscribe. And that's how we do it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell Oda, tell Toriyama, tell everybody that you know with the Japanese last name that I'm ready to sell this movie. And thank you for tuning in. But yeah. And also, before I forget, manga mentality. It's a mindset. Okay.
Do you want to play varsity?